and the parents and the fans got to hear the call. So one thing is different between freestyle and Greco-Roman wrestling and folk style wrestling.
Let's mix it up. Do the whole mat.
Is that
Yes.
we are supposed to verbalize our calls. We call it takedown, we're supposed to let you know. 2, takedown, red. Let's call it out. Freestyle Greco, we just put up the point. And so we will verbalize what we're supposed to be doing. If they're not, if the referee's not, they're not doing their job properly. We also will turn the score. Because if I'm going to take down and I'm doing this time all you see is 1. You're going to see 2. And then we will turn the call. Okay? Back up a little bit, tell you a little bit more about myself. Because actually, I started wrestling when I was 7 years old. Been wrestling for 54 years, so you can do the math. I've been officiating for over 25 of those years. Most of that in folk style. I'm also a freestyle and Greco official. I'm an M1 official, that's the top level. I've officiated the Olympians and at the US Open in Vegas. I do that every year. So I'm the head official for this area, the Santa Clara Valley Wrestling Association. So the folk style is going on now, the freestyle and Greco, all the little local tournaments I do those. So I'll ref my kids all the way up to Olympia. So a little bit about the relationship between officials, parents, and coaches. So one thing, a little philosophy I have is, how many times have you heard a wrestler or even a coach said, that referee, that really screwed our wrestler. We would have won if it wasn't for that official. Because an officials, us, we have no stake whatsoever in the outcome of a match. We don't care who wins. Right? We make the best calls that we feel that we can and what we can see. A lot of times as parents, coaches, they actually have a better view of it than we do. We're taught to be as far away from the wrestlers as we can get, but still being able to get close enough to keep them safe. That's our primary objective on the mat, keeping the wrestlers safe, above making the correct calls. So you may be able to see a locking hands to where if I'm close, I may not be able to see that unless I get way down to be able to see it. But I need to be able to move. So there will be times when maybe I miss one, or they just turn and I can't get around fast enough. So yes, we will miss a call once in a while. We will miss a locking hand. We will miss a full Nelson. We will miss these things. And maybe a wrestler may win or lose a match due to that call. But I've always said, if you want to win a match and you don't want a referee to decide that, score more technical points than your opponent. And that will most of the time ensure that you will win. If you have to count on your opponent making a mistake to win a match, maybe you need to practice harder, work a little bit better, try to score more to not allow that to happen. Okay? One thing I want to do is I want to go over, there are a few new rules. I want to go over these so everyone understands these rules.
Go with the kids?
Yeah, we can do that too.
I have a couple questions, so
Yes.
a little Q&A
If
here.
anyone has a question, please interrupt me, ask me.
So, as a referee, from your vantage point, what is your expectation of fans, spectators, parents, so that they are kind of more part of this game as a part of against it?
Okay, so one thing that we emphasize, when I have my pre-match meeting with the coaches, the first things I say is, we emphasize sportsmanship. Wrestling is a contact sport. Wrestling is very close. Emotions can get high. That's why we shake hands before every match. Shake hands after every match. Okay? You must be courteous. Okay? You're not allowed to talk to the official. That's the coach's job. You're not allowed to swear. You're not allowed to do other things. That is flagrant misconduct, and you can get them thrown out of the match. We would like the coaches, we ask the coaches, coach your wrestlers, do not coach the officials. We ask the same thing of the fans. You can encourage your wrestlers. Yeah. Get up. Cheer, man. Well, throw out moves. Don't go, ref, you missed that. Yeah, we may have missed it, and we know we probably missed it, but we have to see it to be able to call it. So just being courteous to the officials will go a long way
Do you mind
in that relationship.
Yeah, do you mind for them just to show what it looks like for you to score? Like I was kind of going over what 2 points, reversal, second escape, and all these
Yes.
things.
Okay, so scoring. First you have basically starting the match. We check to make sure it's the correct wrestlers. We make sure they are correctly outfitted to wrestle. They must have their headgear on. They can't have extra jewelry on. They have to have their laces secure. We're looking at them as they're coming to the table to check in to make sure that they are properly ready to wrestle. We come out and they'll be assigned a red and a green color. Signal to me that they're ready to wrestle, that they're going to put their foot on that color. They don't want false starts. So if someone's out here, say that's one of the lines, I'm going to ask, put it on the line. I'm going to be looking down, make sure both are on the line, they're ready to go before I blow the whistle. I will be between them. Me personally, what I like to do is I put the back of my hand on their shoulders to make sure they don't false start. And then I back away. First move, usually it's going to be, first scoring is going to be a takedown. Takedown is 2 points. It's red or green, here you go. 2, takedown, red. Never take my eyes off the wrestlers. Table's behind me, they should be able to see it. As I circle around, I will check the score to make sure, a quick look, just to make sure that they put it up and it's correct. Takedown must be on the mat. You could have feet and one hand touch the mat if they get weight bearing on the hand. There's no time. The person gets behind, control, person puts a hand down, comes back up, they got there too. A lot of this happens with a quick duck under. They have to be behind the hips for that control. If you're on the mat, a person gets a leg, holding onto a leg. The other person's going around behind, still has the leg, not takedown yet, but if they get all the way behind both hips, even if they have one leg, still consider takedown, that's control. So that's the first one is a takedown. Person's on the mat, wants to get an escape, which is worth 1 point. You have to get to the feet, you have to be able to turn and face and defend. Lots of times as they're turning, a person will take a shot back in. They haven't gotten their escape yet. Even though it looks like they're in a neutral position, they're not. The person is still considered under control. They have to be able to break, defend. They defend, they get their escape. 1 point. They're on the mat, and they're able to get on top. They're on the bottom position, they get on top, behind the hips, under control. That's 2 for a reversal. Looks like traveling. Basketball. We don't like basketball here. Favorite poem, thing I adore on a basketball floor, wrestling mats from door to door. That's your reversal. Okay. So next, you have near fall. You have a 2 point or 3 point near fall. If you put someone on their back in a danger position, which means they have to get past 45 degrees, you have to hold that for 2 full seconds. 1 1,000, 2 1,000. Then the 2 will come out. 4, 5. They get to 5, 3, 4, 5. That 2 becomes the 3. You don't get the 2 and the 3. You get the 2 or the 3. As long as they had the same move, they cannot score again on that same move. Typical one would be a cradle. Person takes them in the back on the cradle. You're able to fight off their back. They still got their hands locked. They bring them back again. If they get, let's say, a 3 count, I have 2 on my hip. They get all the way to their hands and knees, but they still have the cradle locked in, and they take them back over again. I start my count over again. 1, 2. They still got the 2. If they break it, they break the grip, and they're able to get away, they're going to get their 2. But they could end up with a 3. If I can get that up to 5, then it becomes a 3. 3 stays down here on my hip until the move is no longer in play. They break in the cradle. If it's a half Nelson, they drive them over. They come back to their chest. They drive them back over again. They're not going to get a 2 and a 2 or a 2 and a 3. It's only 1 score until that half is pulled back off. Then they'll get the score, 2 or 3. To know whether between a takedown or thing is, it'll come down to the shoulder, either go across or go to the same shoulder. 2, near fall.
So I'm going to stop
Or
John
3
there
near
because
fall.
he's going to be going over this a lot with the kids as well. And we want to start getting you on the mat. So our kids are now warmed up. I'm going to have John take over. If you don't know Coach Stormer, he's the head coach for the boys program. I run the women's girls program, and then with our head technician, Coach Cordero, who's here as well. So we'll be helping out a little bit. Please have your questions. If it would help if parents have questions, just write on a piece of paper, and then we can ask a lot along the way. I'm going to let John do his thing, and I'll kind of give you time. Wrestlers for now.